Hi, welcome to another Tomcat video. In this video we're going to be doing some Angel Island bike camping and some Lake Sonoma boat camping. So we got the boat motor all hooked up right here, and we're going to head out to the lake. And we're in sunny San Francisco right now, which I'm super thankful to be in and super happy to be here. It's really nice to see some sun and be in the city. And we're heading out for a bit, and we'll see you out there on the lake. We're heading to Treasure Island to pick up the camping gear, and then heading up north to Lake Sonoma. Yo, this is a cool view of Treasure Island. Yeah. Nice bike lanes, ready to go. What an interesting way to do storage. It's like so simple. It's pretty roomy. It's not bad. Okay, so we have the cheapest setup at REI, so I didn't have to spend $1,000. We have the reflective tarp emergency bivvy, and then we have the bivvy bag emergency thing with a sleeping bag in it, and then an air mattress. And that's the cheapest REI sleeping setup. And we'll see how it sleeps for tonight.
Tom the taco.
That's right, in a taco form. I like the orange. Lake Sonoma camping. Next day, really beautiful. This was the bivvy bag setup last night. It worked well. Really awesome to be in California and seeing this lake and seeing the fog clear out this morning, and hearing the birds and seeing all these weird woodpecker trees with a bunch of nuts stuffed in them, and it's really nice out here. Really glad to be here. Yeah.
What's happening is happening. People are opening up as a result of actions we have, like with every one of us. It doesn't have to be a public figure.
Test riding the bike, got it all set up. We're riding out to Sutro Tower, and for our trip we're going to be camping out there, Angel Island. You can see it right there. And this is the setup. This is the bike. Added a riser stem here and a pannier bag, and got the tires all pumped up and checked out, and it's ready to go for this trip. Ready to go out to Angel Island. Really beautiful weather here in San Francisco. Really nice day to ride. Really nice here in the spring. See you on the way to the ferry on the way to Angel Island. So at this last minute gear place, so I'm here, and they give you a code to get in this door. But like, there's 2 doors, and you reserve everything online. So it's a gear place where you can like get tents and sleeping bags and bear canisters and all this stuff. And so you get a code and it unlocks this door with your phone. And then they give you a code for a locker. And then essentially they give you the gear that you need in your locker. And you don't even need to talk to a person or anything like that. And it's all like happens virtually online. And then you can get all your camp stuff here. So this is called Last Minute Gear in San Francisco. And I'll put a link to it below. But really cool, interesting service. And then here's the bike setup. I think I have too much stuff with me. I think I brought too many layers of clothing and things like that. But 2 pannier bags and like a setup like this, and hopefully the rear wheel won't break. The spokes are, it's kind of a road bike, not a bike packing bike, but this is the setup. And then I'll just put this stuff on my bike and head to the ferry terminal to head out to Angel Island. So we got a gas bottle, a stove, and a tent from Last Minute Gear, and it just came out of this locker. You just type in your code and it opens up, and then your gear is right there, the gear that you reserved. And then I'll just see if I can get this to strap down to my rack right here. But yeah, Last Minute Gear, San Francisco, very cool, super interesting concept right here downtown San Francisco.
They organized. It's been 3 years when Angela won't sign the contract. This is run by
For camping, you check in here, and there's a ranger here who's gonna check me in. And there's bathrooms and a ferry schedule. And someone pointed out there was a coyote right up here, which is pretty cool. I saw right on this hill. And yeah, this is the entrance to Angel Island. Pretty cool.
C'est le nord, ça.
Et jusqu'à le nord, c'est carré.
Yeah.
So here's tent site 2. You have a food box for animals to keep your food safe, and your toothpaste probably so raccoons don't eat that. And then there is running water up there for the campsite, which is pretty awesome. And this is on the east side of Angel Island, and it's looking nice over here. I'll go up and check out the view here. You can see San Francisco back that way. Pretty cool spot. Nobody out here, just some people out here for like a work bonding lunch from Google, and a couple bikers and a couple tourists, but not many other people out on the island. Pretty cool, pretty desolate for being out in the city. And that's what people have mentioned from camping out in Angel Island, that it's like you're near millions of people but you're alone out here, which is pretty amazing. Pretty wild feeling. It does feel that way, which is cool. Just bike riding the path around the top of Angel Island, and there's nobody here. It's like you could come up here and gravel bike this all by yourself and have a great time. I saw a couple other bikers, looks like they were just out for the day, but come out to Angel Island and bike this path. It's pretty good, pretty nice. Check this out. Some really amazing views up here. On the fire road, on the ring on the top. This is the sign for it right there. You gotta see this view that comes around this corner up here. It's pretty awesome. Here we go. Check out this view that comes up. So good. Golden Gate, Tiburon. One of the things that I love about Seattle and San Francisco is the elevation changes. Like, just like seeing all these houses and hills and just adds so much interest to the area. Such a cool spot. Feels like I'm riding on a beach trail somewhere. It's so nice. So like smooth, beachy vibes. But it's an island in the middle of San Francisco Bay. It's so cool. It really is pretty cool. It's so interesting how more people don't come out here. It is incredible blue. Just amazing green, lush spring flowers and plants growing. So cool. On Angel Island's perimeter road. So this is the kind of paved perimeter road, and then next up is the fire road. And this perimeter road gives you also an equally beautiful view of the city and of the beach and this beautiful tree you can hang out in. And if you brought lunch, you could have lunch here. What an awesome spot. Got to visit the Immigration Museum and just really struck by the people's experience coming through there. Like, I've been reading a lot about it, like the internment experience for the Japanese people and the women who came over from Japan with a photo of their husband and not even knowing them. And then this was more focused on the Chinese experience of like being deterred at this camp for a month up to a year, and just what a difficult experience that must have been. And like really empathize with those people, and really thankful that the ones that did come added to the diversity of San Francisco and added to the diversity of Seattle. I feel like it's so much richer because of those people who came and like owned businesses and established farms and just all sorts of things, and really grateful that I get to be of a privileged experience. And I just recently tried to move to Denmark, and that was really difficult. And and I'm, you know, a person of some means, or a tiny bit of means, whatever that it means. But I still couldn't get the paperwork, and I still couldn't get things to work out. And just really sympathize with those people who had nothing and tried to go across the world to a new country and got stuck and imprisoned. And just grateful to be here, and so thankful to be free and able to travel the world and make decisions, and just unbelievably grateful. And I sympathize with those who can't. And just thankful to be out here. If you get a chance to come out to Angel Island, come enjoy this experience and see some free space for yourself away from the city, which I also love the city. And but out here is pretty nice, and you're only a ferry ride away from the city. I just had to look up the title of that book I was reading. It's called The Buddha in the Attic, and I'm halfway through it, about the Japanese experience immigrating here, mostly from a women's perspective. I think all from the women's perspective of all these different experiences of immigrating here by boat, trying to have a dream and then having reality be so different. It's really cool to see some of that history here too on Angel Island. Like really nice to see that and try to imagine how difficult those experiences would have been, and empathize with that experience. It's pretty wild. Really good to be here. Also, one last note about this spot. So here's Angel Island, and 2 days ago I was with my bike on top of the Sutro Tower spot. So it's so cool to be like, I was there, and now I'm here on the same bike. It's the trail up to Mount Livermore, right at the top. On the peak of Mount Livermore, kind of at the end of the second day of this bike camping trip, and really nice up here. Not too cold, even though it's all gray and a little bit windy. Still super nice. There's Tiburon, the Bay Bridge, Alcatraz, Golden Gate, City. Pretty nice up here. Not too bad of a hike either, pretty easy. We'll see you tomorrow for riding up to Marin and hopefully making it to the Marin Mountain Biking Museum and camping up near Mount Tam in that area, which is out that way. So biking 20 miles or so in that direction, maybe 30 miles. And we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Hopefully the bike holds up. And we have good weather for it. Also, when you're out here, do a tick check, because I just found a tick on me. There's a lot of grass out here, and so there's ticks. And I'm going to do another one when I get back to the campsite. Definitely look out for ticks. They're out here. And they're super indestructible. I tried to crush it. Super tough little bugger. There's a tick right there. That's what they look like. Super tiny. Like microscopic. At least it's red, so you can kind of see it. That's pretty helpful. Beginning of the third day, just packing up. Putting the tent away. Having some coffee. Really beautiful sunny morning here on Angel Island. And heading to Marin, to the Marin Biking Museum. So we'll see you up there in Marin. I'm the only one on the Tiburon ferry back from Angel Island. The boat is mine. Or not mine, but I'm the only one. Nice day to bike ride. Heading to the Marin Bike Museum. There's a lot of cyclists out here. It's nice to see lots of e-bikers, mountain bikers. Nice to see other people on the road. Beautiful weather. It's so sunny and nice here. Made it to Fairfax, where the museum is. And this is pretty good for biking. There's a lot of biking trails everywhere and a lot of bikers, so it feels pretty safe for biking, which is awesome. And it's like spring and the flowers are out. Pretty beautiful area. Made it to the Marin Mountain Biking Hall of Fame. Right there. Just biked here from Angel Island this morning, from Tiburon. And it was a really good ride. Really glad to be here. And I'm in Fairfax, California. And I'm gonna go check out this museum. It's 3 o'clock now, so I don't have that much time. I think it closes at 5. But it'll be worth checking out. And then head to Hip Camp, Airbnb site. But really glad to be here, and it was a really good ride from Tiburon, from Angel Island, from San Francisco.
Like that one, opposite of that, and
You climbed the one about to get today.
four-wheelers, quadricycles.
Very
And this one is a you're dancing and you're on your bike and came up, it looks really good, you ride all the way. You know, it's Native American Sunday. Not Sunday.
It's at the Marin Mountain Biking Museum, Hall of Fame. Such a cool museum. Like lots of crazy technology, like this full suspension stuff, and incredibly like elegant bikes from the 1900s. So 1902 Pierce. Check this thing out. It is rear suspended. This whole shaft drive rotates at the bottom bracket area, and the front has this leaf springing mechanism. So full bike suspension from 1902. Such an amazing museum. Come to the Marin Bicycle Museum. The people here are super nice, and the docents are really knowledgeable about all the bikes here, and having a blast being here, and just met someone who was at Sea Otter, and there's some other bike industry people who are just in here. I was too shy to talk to, but a really cool museum. And you can see there's a Paul Brody bike up there. There's the Tom Ritchie stuff, and the stump jumpers, and the clunkers are worth seeing. Clunkers with Magura motorcycle brakes, like just such a cool museum. Come check it out. It's an awesome spot. So here's some other highlight bikes. This is one of the first carbon fiber bikes where the whole frame is made as one piece, and it's a Kestrel, and that bike is from 1989. And then up there's a Bontrager bike with the first rock shocks on it, the first bike with kind of telescoping tube front suspension. So just really cool to see like little history evolutions in the bike industry happening here. Just such a cool spot. And then like some of these old bikes look like gravel bikes that we are so interested in today. Not much different than what we're looking for. Fat plus size tires, drop handlebars. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see all these bikes. So these are the clunkers right here behind me, and you can see how they evolved and how the technology evolved. And then my favorite one is this one that's up here, and it has 3 brakes. It has Magura motorcycle handle brakes for a rear German drum brake hub with gearing essentially, so it allowed them to put gears on the bike. And then it has like a rim brake on the chainstay at the bottom, and just a really cool, comfortable looking bike. Like it looks like I could want to ride it right now. And this is I think one of my favorite bikes in the museum, this clunker, this one right here. It's kind of like as it evolved, what they did to make it more interesting. And then this one too, this Breezer bike right here too is probably my other favorite. Just this Joe Breeze first mountain bike, first purpose-built mountain bike frame with this BMX, like 26-inch BMX fork, which was really important for having a strong fork. They were able to find this fork. But yeah, this is my other favorite, and it came with all these things already built, with tools and a pump. And then this is the fork. It's a Cook Brothers fork from 1976. So this one right here is the fork that was used on this style, on this Breezer. These are my favorites, this one and that one. Come check them out at the museum. Here's another interesting history bike, the Sweet Spot. So this bike up here, and it used a flexing frame rather than a pivot frame. And so it was like the first version of that frame that instead of having pivot points just has flexure. And I have a friend who has a bike that has that on the carbon bike. It's cool to see that this was in 1993 that came out, the first idea for, I mean, this Pierce Aero bike kind of does the same thing here. It's a flexing front fork, but kind of in the more modern like mountain biking application. This was the first application of it, and it's cool to have it here. John Castellano. So really cool. Another awesome bike. So leaving Fairfax, heading to the Golden Gate Bridge. So from Fairfax, Marin County to Japantown, San Francisco, and got a 2-hour bike ride. About an hour in right now, maybe 45 minutes in.
You see, there's Twin Peaks here in McAllen.
So just returned the camping gear, and this whole shop is open. There's a lot more stuff in there. It's a really nice shop. Last minute gear, really nice. Finishing this trip up in Japantown. It's from boat camping and then a trip to Angel Island for 2 nights, and then up to Fairfax to see the Marin Mountain Biking Museum, and finishing it up in Japantown in San Francisco. Really good trip. And last weekend there was the Cherry Blossom Festival and there was a parade, and I'll put a clip of that in here. And just a really good trip, really beautiful day for riding. Really good ride back to the city across the Golden Gate Bridge. So see you for a future Tomcat video.